Today, at Nishkam High School, Birmingham, we are hosting the Echo Eternal Horizons Festival, paying tribute to the life and testimony of Zdenka Fantlova. Zdenka is a Holocaust survivor with a unique and vibrant story to tell, and as a Beacon School of Holocaust Education, we take very seriously the responsibility to carry her message and testimony forwards. The mission of the Echo Eternal project is to create echoes of these survivors' testimonies and messages, carried forwards by today's students. We are honoured to be entrusted with Zdenka's testimony at Nishkam High School, Birmingham, and have already begun sharing her testimony with our new cohort of Year 9 students. Education is one of our best tools against anti-Semitism, and indeed against racism and prejudice of all kinds. And so this education forms the root of our commitment to be the light in the darkness as part of the Echo Festival this year.
Hello, my name is Damien Kearns and I'm Principal of Nishkam High School in Birmingham. This year, staff at Nishkam High School Birmingham have stood to pledge in Zdenka Fantlova's name to act now and in the future in response to her testimony as a Holocaust survivor. This pledge was made as part of the Echo Eternal Festival and forms part of our commitment in marking this year's Holocaust Memorial Day. As principal, I join my staff in this pledge. Our school's faith-inspired and virtues-led approach helps us seek to become a light in the darkness.
In Zdenka Fantlova's name, we pledge to act now and in the future in response to her testimony as a Holocaust survivor.
Zdenka said, "Never envy, never slander, never despair, wish well to all, work hard and hope."
We pledge to continue a virtue-rich and person-centred approach to Holocaust education by foregrounding the story of Zdenka, alongside those of other survivors and victims.
We will ensure that our pupils have a range of curricular and extracurricular opportunities with which to develop their understanding of the Holocaust.
The impact of our pledge that we hope to see is that our pupils understand and connect to the human stories at the heart of Holocaust education.
This pledge is important to us because we stand united against discrimination and persecution and are committed to the delivery of quality Holocaust education as one way of standing up against hate.
We will do this by always teaching Year 9 high quality Holocaust education, which includes Zdenka's testimony.
I pledge to echo Zdenka's universal message to let love outshine discrimination and subdue the darkness by shedding a light on stories like Zdenka's within my generation.
In Zdenka's name, we will not let people forget this horrific historical event by being the light in the darkness.
By keeping Zdenka's story in our heart to make sure this horrific event doesn't happen again.
My pledge is to follow the wise words of Zdenka's father and remain calm in this time of unrest, for calmness is strength.
After listening to Zdenka's story, I've understood that there's always light at the end of the tunnel, so you should remain positive and hopeful at all times.
In Zdenka's name, we pledge to teach society about anti-Semitism and further move them away from the hate against the Jewish community and teach them about the suffering that Jews went through in the Holocaust during World War II.
I will be the light in the darkness by thinking optimistically and keeping faith in God and myself that things will get better and finding the spark of hope in dark times. Holocaust education is important because it shows us that everyone is equal no matter what skin colour, religion or gender you are.
It also shows the dangers of discrimination and prejudice, as anti-Semitic views and other forms of racism is what fueled the Holocaust. It also ensures that the current generation is aware of the Holocaust and decreases the probability of it happening again.
Zdenka Fantlova's story is important as it shows her life-changing experience and how she never lost hope and always thought optimistically. It also shows a real-life portrait of her experience and story. The message of her story is that even when it gets hard, you should never lose hope and you always think better.
This year, to be the light in the darkness and follow Zdenka's message, I'll be attempting to show compassion to all and remain optimistic in these uncertain times.
I pledge to follow Zdenka's message to never hate or slander and be compassionate to all.
The key to life is freedom.
Something we receive in God's kingdom before the goal.
We're able to call.
Be the light in the dark. Remember, calmness is strength.
Zdenka's story helped us gain insight and better understanding of the Holocaust.
For example, it demonstrated the poor living conditions she had been through.
And how she'd risked her life for the ring.
Become the light and guide yourself through the darkness. Your heart will motivate you and your courage will give you strength. Become the light which you want to see in the world. But never forget, calmness is strength.
This year, to be light in the darkness, my pledge is to follow Zdenka's message to never envy.
I'll find the light in the darkness by keeping faith in God and my religion, and by spreading kindness and awareness of what people have gone through in the Holocaust.
I'll spread light in darkness by teaching others morals and values that we should have as a human society towards each other, and showing how what happened during the Holocaust was really bad, and so what we should do to prevent it.